slab, though. Would I stay up there on the YouTube channel? Yeah. All right. And then there's no way to know, like, in the future if y'all are doing this for the girls.
Well, I mean,
to keep checking that.
They do live streams of every game.
Of all the guys thing. Oh, you do a live video stream?
They do a live video stream. It's just commentary. I don't always do commentary. But they've done every live stream, I'm pretty sure, of every game. I know boys games, and I'm pretty sure most of the girls games have done all of them.
Also, they always do live video. Okay, perfect. And so those games will be up there too, like preview games. Okay.
Now away games, they may like wait a day to upload them when they get back, like they may video like regularly and not live stream. But all the home games, I'm under the impression that they live stream all of them.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem, sir.
Welcome in, everybody. Logan Maddox here live from Georgia Highlands College as we're here for some NCAA basketball, some GCAA conference basketball here tonight. A matchup between the Albany Tech Titans and the Georgia Highlands Chargers. Georgia Highlands Chargers tonight. Starters number 2, DeAndre Bernard, the Canadian. Number 3, Taewon Johnson. Number 4, DeMarcus Addy. Jumping that line, Bernard. Against number 31, Chance Prince. Tip goes to Albany Tech. And quickly on offense, number 15, Terrion Webster. Terrion Webster drives up, no good, and there's going to be a foul. Number 15 on Webster. Webster picks up an early foul here. Again, the Chargers starters here tonight. Taewon Johnson, DeAndre Bernard, number 4, DeMarcus Addy, number 13, Khalil Waters, and number 23, Jeremiah Buford. Marcus Addy bringing it down the court for the Chargers. Passes up to Khalil Waters. Layup up blocked from Waters, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on number 20. They're going to call it on number 20. Darryl Bryant picking up a foul. Starters for Albany Tech are going to be number 2, O'Quaylen Harris, number 12, Chris Boyce, number 20, Darryl Bryant, 15, Terrion Webster, and 31, Chance Prince. His first shot is up and no good from the redshirt freshman, Khalil Waters. Khalil Waters from Douglasville, Georgia. Transferred from Lincoln Memorial University in Tennessee. Second shot from Waters up and good. That gives Georgia Highlands an early 1-0 lead here, 19:40 left until halftime. Inbounds pass, going to go to number 12, that is Chris Boyce. Now back over to Webster. Webster's trapped here by this defensive Chargers. It's tipped and stolen there. Taewon Johnson in the lane, layup up and good from Johnson. Johnson, the sophomore from Illinois, and now they're pressing again. They're all over Bryant. It's going to throw it off of Webster, and it's going to be still Titans basketball. Titans basketball here, down 3-0. Inbounds pass, bringing it up the court now is number 2, Harris. Harris gets it up, and now they get it back to Harris. They break midcourt, and underneath is Prince. Prince passes it underneath to Chris Boyce now. Shot is blocked there by number 20, Darryl Bryant, bringing it down the court as the Chargers, and then it's going to be tipped out of bounds by number 15. That is Terrion Webster. Taewon Johnson's going to inbounds it here. He gets it into DeMarcus Addy. DeMarcus Addy of Manchester, Georgia, transferred from Southern Union State Community College. Gets it over to Andre Bernard now underneath. They're looking for Khalil Waters. Almost ripped away from Waters, and it finally is. Coming down the court is Webster. Webster passes back to number 2, O'Quaylen Harris. Harris gets it over to number 12, Boyce. Boyce tries to get it over to Harris, then he throws it right out of bounds. It's going to be Chargers basketball. A.J. Farrer coming into the game, a sophomore from the state of Georgia. They're going to let Khalil Waters take a seat. Buford inbounds it, gets it into Addy. Addy breaks midcourt, spins around. Looking to get it over to Johnson. Johnson had a three-pointer, didn't take it. Has Prince on skates. Tries to pass it in the lane, but it's blocked and stolen there. Number 2 coming away with it is Harris. O'Quaylen Harris. It's tipped and stolen now by DeAndre Bernard. Bernard bringing it down the court, and he dunks. An electrifying dunk there by the redshirt sophomore, DeAndre Bernard. They inbounds it, trying to break this press, and they're not having any luck doing it. A.J. Farrer has it now. He's going to get it over to Jeremiah Buford, and he just absolutely shoulder checked Taewon Johnson out of bounds. Johnson gets up like a champ, though, and hustles back over. It will be Titans basketball as Buford and Taewon Johnson both went for it at the same time and collided there. Inbounds pass goes to number 15. That is Webster. Now quickly up the court. They're trying to break this press in any way possible. Jumper from number 15's up and good. That is Terrion Webster. Gets the first points of the game there for these Albany Tech Titans. 5-2, Chargers lead it, 17:30 left here in the first half. DeMarcus Addy has it on the far side of the court, passes it over here to Jeremiah Buford for a three, way short, looking for a foul call. Now all the way down the court, foul's going to be called on Buford. It's going to send number 20, Darrell Bryant, to the line. First team foul for the Chargers as Jeremiah Buford, the redshirt sophomore, the redshirt freshman rather, from Atlanta. He picks up the foul. First shot up and no good from number 20, Darrell Bryant. Bryant readying his second shot here. The shot from Bryant up and good, and that makes it a 5-3 game now. Chargers lead it by 2 to Marcus Addy, bringing it up the court. Addy passes to his left to Farrer, back to Addy. Now Johnson for 3, no good, off the rim, rebounded. It's going to go to Bryant. Bryant bringing it down the court. Passes to his right. That is a Harris, O'Quaylen Harris. He's going to drive, pass underneath. Bryant now he gets it to Prince. The layup up and no good from Prince. Uncontested layup. Coming away with it, Taewon Johnson. Transfer from a small college in Illinois. Gets it to the top of the key. There's DeMarcus Addy. Addy, the Southern Union transfer, gets it over to Johnson. Now Farrer has it. Back over to Addy in the corner. Three-pointer, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Passes it underneath. Buford lays it up and in. Jeremiah Buford connects on the layup, makes it a 7-3 game. Inbounds pass tipped out of bounds by Albany Tech. It will be Chargers basketball. They tried to get an inbounds pass there, number 20, Darrell Bryant, and it went right off his hands. Ricochets out of bounds. This is a very, very young team especially for the Titans. They've only got 3 sophomores on the roster. Buford's going to inbounds it, gets it over to number 5. There's A.J. Banton. Banton, a Georgia native, transfer from a Fourth Union military school. Gets it over to Taewon Johnson, who's going to dribble it towards the top of the key. 7-3, his team leads it. He drives to the lane, passes underneath Bernard. They're going to call a travel before he can get the shot up, and it'll be Titans basketball. He was underneath there, went to try to put up the layup, lost his footing, took an extra step to recapture it. They call the travel. Bounce pass. They're trying to break this press quickly as possible to get it to Dylan Hall all the way down the court. Layup up and in from Hall, the freshman. Number 0, Dylan Hall, coming into the game. Makes it a 7-5 game now. 15:40 left in the first half. A.J. Banton has it now. Drives quickly, and he's blocked from behind. It was blocked by number 2, O'Quaylen Harris. Almost a backcourt violation. They bring it all the way up. Number 15, three-pointer from Wester, and he nails it. Tyrion Wester gives them the first lead of the game, 8-7. Titans lead it here. Taewon Johnson all the way down the court. Layup up and in. Taewon Johnson, his second layup here in the first half. And Dylan Hall is on skates here, almost went out of bounds, and steal almost down the court, and blocked there by DeAndre Menard. He blocks Chris Prince's shot, and A.J. Farrer on the other end lays it up. A.J. Farrer nails the layup there. 11-8 now, Chargers lead it. Under 15 minutes left here in the first half, and Dylan Hall has it. Hall passes it over to Harris. Harris slowly dribbling it here. Makes a move to try to get away from A.J. Banton, but no luck, and they're going to call a pushing foul there on DeAndre Bernard. Not so sure if I would agree with that call. Didn't seem like a super aggressive push there, but the ref saw otherwise. Second team foul for these Chargers. First personal foul on DeAndre Bernard, the redshirt sophomore from Canada. It'll remain Titans basketball. O'Quaylen Harris, the freshman, get inbounds it here. Gets it into Dylan Hall, is another freshman. Back over to Harris. Very slow pace here early on. See if that changes here quickly and in a big way. They get it over to the corner. There's Wester. Passes underneath, layup up, and no good. Rolls off, rebounded by number 4. That is Addy. Addy tries to get it to Banton, rolls right off his fingers, but Banton saves it. Gives it back over to Addy now in the corner. It's Taewon Johnson. Johnson makes some moves, drives, lane up, and good. Nails it, and he's fouled. Chance to put an and one here after the foul on number 0, Dylan Hall, rather. Third team foul first half for the Albany Tech Titans. Taywon Johnson's going to the line for an and one opportunity here. His team leads at 13-8. His first trip to the line here for the sophomore from Illinois. And one is good. That makes it a 14-8 game here. 14-13 left in the first half. Inbounds pass almost stolen by Tyler Thornton. But the Titans corral it and they keep it. Trying to break midcourt. Can't do it fast. They get it underneath the Hall, and he's blocked from behind by Khalil Waters. A.J. Banton's pass almost stolen, but he gets it. Layup up and no good. It's very close to being made there from A.J. Banton, but the foul will send him to the line for 2. Foul's going to be called on number 4. Or 24, rather. DeAndre Barnhart, a freshman, getting picked up for a foul there, going into the line, or coming into the game, and picks up a foul there early on. And it's going to send A.J. Banton to the line. A.J. Banton, a redshirt freshman from Locust Grove, Georgia.
At the line for Georgia Highlands, number 5, A.J. Banton, 2 shots.
First shot from Banton up and no good. A little bit too much on it. Five on the court for the Chargers. Khalil Waters, DeMarcus Addy, A.J. Banton, Taywon Johnson, and Tyler Thornton. Banton's second shot up and good. Makes it a 7-point game, 15-8. Inbounds pass quickly. Going to Tim White. Tim White gets it back. Now bringing it up the court is Wester. Wester gets it over to Barnhart. Three-pointer from DeAndre Barnhart. Very long, no good. Rebounded by DeMarcus Addy. Addy bringing it up the court, gives it over to Johnson. Tries to spin. They're going to call a charge, or I believe it will be a charge. Indeed, it will be Taywon Johnson's first personal foul, third team foul. And that'll give the Titans the basketball yet again. Down 7 points here. Waylon Harris inbounds it, and it's stolen by Shea Lyndon Brown. Layup no good, gets his rebound, puts it up and in. Shea Lyndon Brown, the freshman from Canada, nails it, and that gives the Chargers a 17-8 lead here. 13:32 left in the first half. Timeout, I believe, by Albany Tech. We'll take the 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Georgia Highlands Chargers basketball here on Georgia Highlands Chargers YouTube. Back here, going to inbounds it for Albany Tech is Terrion Wester. Wester, a freshman, he gets it into Dylan Hall. Now back to Wester. Wester breaks midcourt, guarded heavily by Lyndon Brown. Now underneath is number 3, Tim White, who they're going to call a jump ball there. See who the possession is going to go to. I believe it will go to the Titans. I'm not entirely sure. A little bit of talking there after the play. And it will instead go to the Chargers. Khalil Waters can inbounds it here. The Douglasville native inbounds it to Shea Lyndon Brown. Brown brings it up court. Gets it over to Banton. Banton over to Waters, now Brown again. Brown drives, jumper up, good. Back-to-back jumper, or layup followed by a jumper there from Shea Lyndon Brown, gives them a 19-8 lead here. Chargers lead it by 11, bringing it down the court for the Titans is O'Quaylon Harris, guarded by Banton, and they're going to call a foul there on Banton. First personal foul on A.J. Banton, fourth team foul. Waylon Harris going to inbounds it here. I imagine it would go to Hall or Tim White's. Indeed, it does go to Dylan Hall. Hands it back off to Harris. Harris in the lane. And it's stripped away there by DeMarcus Addy. DeMarcus Addy coming down the court. Puts a, well, I'm not sure if it was a layup or a fast, but he caught it, blocked and caught it now. Waters, three-pointer up, got it. Lil Waters nails a three-pointer in the corner thanks to the assist there from Tyler Thornton. Drew the defense in and passed it outside to the perimeter to Waters for an easy three. Titans on offense now. Tim White gets it underneath there. Layup up and good from number 11, Donovan Butler. Cuts the lead to 12, 22 to 10. 12:02 left here in the first half, and Brown has it. Gives it back over to Banton. Now Waters over to Brown. Setting up a pick, and Brown long three-pointer up, no good. Rebound's going to go to Harris. Harris coming down the court. Passes over to the right there. It is Butler, and he's blocked there by Tyler Thornton off the glass. The South Atlanta High School product, Tyler Thornton, putting on a show tonight underneath. Jeremiah Buford is going to come in now. He's going to let A.J. Banton take a seat. Buford, red shirt freshman from Atlanta. It's going to remain Titans basketball here as the ball was stuck underneath the bleachers. Number 2, O'Quaylon Harris freed it from the bleachers, and now he's going to inbounds it. Inbounds pass is going to go to number 13. That is Jamarcus Nunnally. Nunnally outside the three-point line, guarded by Brown, heavily guarded. Gets it underneath there and lost between the legs of Hall, and he stepped on the line trying to save it. It's going to be Chargers basketball. He tried to say it was tipped out of bounds, but he tried to keep it in bounds and kind of stepped on the line, so they're going to call it out on you every single time. Brown gets the inbounds pass, bringing it up the court. His team leads by 12, 22 to 10, 11:20 left in the first half. Brown has it, passes it back to Khalil Waters. Khalil Waters driving, fakes a layup, passes out to Thornton Addy. Now Shea Brown for three. No good, tipped up by Buford. Now rebounded by Thornton, tipped out. Rather saved by DeMarcus Addy. It was tipped by an Albany Tech player. And now Brown has it again. Brown hands it off to DeMarcus Addy, a Manchester, Georgia native. Gets it over to Waters, wide open three-pointer. No good, tipped in though by Tyler Thornton. Thornton, the freshman from South Atlanta, tips it in, gives his team a 24-10 lead. 10:39 left first half. Driving. Tim White, they're going to call a foul on him. Tim White kind of lowered his shoulder there into Khalil Waters, I believe, and they're going to call a foul there on Tim White, the sophomore, one of the few sophomores on this Titans basketball team. Chargers have it now. Shea Lyndon Brown bringing it down the court. Takes the shot now, hands off to Waters underneath Thornton, layup up and good, and he's fouled. Thornton coming alive here in the last couple of possessions. Foul's going to be called on Dylan Hall. Second personal foul on Dylan Hall. Sixth team foul for the Titans. And Tyler Thornton going to the line for an and one opportunity here to put his team up by 17 if he makes this one, and he does. 27-10 Chargers all over these Albany Tech Titans. Looking inbounds, it's number 11, Donovan Butler, as O'Quaylon Harris takes a seat. A little bit of disgust on his face as he takes a seat. Dartavius Scott has it now, bringing it up the court, passes over to Butler. Donovan Butler spins around, trap, gets it over underneath the Tim White, blocked by Tyler Thornton, and trying to go up and over to block him was Jeremiah Buford. He hit the court hard, and they're going to call a foul there on Buford. Second personal foul on Buford, 15 foul. They're not going to call it a shooting foul. DeAndre Menard was looking to come in for Buford if he needed to, but Buford looked like he's all right. Taywon Johnson's coming in, and now Buford will take a seat. Titans on offense. Inbounds pass goes to Nunnally. Nunnally trapped, loses control of the ball. It's on the floor, and Addy doesn't come away with it. Instead, it's a layup up and good there by Tim White. An easy layup. Makes it a 27-12 game now. Now Taywon Johnson in the game. Shaylin Brown had a player on skates. Three-pointer is nailed there by DeMarcus Addy. Almost a steal on the inbounds pass, but coming away with it is Dartavius Scott. They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Shaylin Brown. Shaylin Brown picking up his first personal foul. 16th foul. Now a strip of the ball there by Brown. Scott comes away with it, coming all the way down the court. Layup blocked. Huge block there by Khalil Waters, and Brown comes away with it, but it's off his shoe, and now they have numbers. An easy layup for Tim White goes in. 30-14. 9:17 left in the first half. Chargers still lead it by 16, though, and they have the ball looking to increase their lead. DeMarcus Addy passes over to Shaylin Brown in the corner. Three-pointer, Taywon Johnson, no good. Rebounded by Tyler Thornton. And they're going to call a travel there, but he was trying to get the ball. I mean, he was all over him with Chris Boyce. But they do get Tyler Thornton for the travel, and Thornton's going to check out along with Shaylin Brown. They're going to bring in DeAndre Bernard and A.J. Banton. Titans on offense now. They inbounds it to Dartavius Scott. Scott guarded by Banton. And he loses control of the ball. Regains possession, though. Heavily guarded, spinning around. Passes over. Now at the top of the key is Tim White. White has it. Jumper blocked by Khalil Waters. And now a pass up the court to DeMarcus Addy. Layup up. No good, but it was an alley-oop to Khalil Waters. They faked me out. And a huge alley-oop there on by Khalil Waters. And they take an 18-point lead, 32-14. 8:30 left here in the first half. Huge alley-oop there. Or off the glass. Dunk as a layup is good there by Tim White. All the momentum on the Chargers side, though, even with that layup. 32-16. A.J. Banton slowing down the pace of the game a little bit, listening to some calls from his head coach, Phil Gaffney. Three-pointer, DeMarcus Addy, no good. Rebounded, though. Taywon Johnson puts it in. 34-16. Chargers showed no sign of letting up on offense. Dartavius Scott has it, brings it up the court now. Hand off to number 11, Donovan Butler. And here are DeMarcus Addy's footsteps. Scott has it, bringing it over. Gets it underneath the Butler, but it's going to be off Butler's body, tipped off of DeAndre Bernard, and it's going to still be Titans basketball underneath the basket over there. Khalil Waters going to take a seat here as A.J. Farrer comes in. Farrer, the sophomore from Georgia. Khalil Waters take a seat, take a breather after that huge play. And an inbounds pass almost lost possession there by the Titans. And now Scott has it. Nunnally almost lost control on the inbounds pass. Now Scott, jumper, up, no good. Rebound goes to the Titans, though. Underneath is Tim White, layup, no good. Rebound's going to go to Bernard, and it's going to be a jump ball called. The next possession arrow will be to the Titans. Titans trail it by 18 here, 34-16, 7 minutes left. 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first half. Inbounds pass goes to Tim White, guarded by Bernard. White spinning. Passes back out, jumper up, no good from Boyce, rebounded by Farrer. Farrer coming down the court, passes over to Banton. Over to Addy now in the corner. Taywon Johnson fakes the shot, drives, and the shot was blocked out of bounds. It looked like a pass that was blocked out of bounds, but could have been a borderline no call there. Could have been a foul. Nothing called. Will remain Chargers basketball. Inbounds pass goes to DeMarcus Addy. Quickly gets it to Banton. Now underneath is Bernard. Bernard gets it out to Banton. Wide open three-pointer from the freshman. No good. Going to be tipped out of bounds. It will be Titans basketball. Titans basketball here. 34-16. They're still trailing it here. And although some miscues there by the Chargers on offense are just kind of stalling the lead right now. Bringing it up the court, number 10, Sean Rushing. Rushing passes out to Nunnally. Nunnally has it. Passes over to Boyce. Boyce breaks a man's ankles. Layup up and good. Chris Boyce. And that cuts the lead to 16. Still a huge lead for the Chargers. Banton bringing it up the court. Passes over to DeMarcus Addy. Fakes the pass, now gets it over to Johnson in the corner. Johnson all the way across the court to Banton. Banton gets it over to Johnson in the corner. Now Banton has it. Passes over to Addy for a three-pointer. No good, off the mark. Rebounded by Johnson. And his layup was no good. Comes away with it as a Titan player. Three-pointer up and good from Nunnally. Jamarcus Nunnally nails the three-pointer. Brings his team within 13. A pass, bad pass inbounds there by Chargers, and Titans come away with it. Nunnally gives it underneath there. Number 10 Rushing passes out to number 11. Three-pointer up and no good, but tipped in by Boyce. A rather huge lead is starting to diminish just a little bit. 34-23. The Chargers still lead it by 11 though. 5:26 left in the first period. Chargers going to take a timeout, try to regain some composure. We'll be right back in just a second. Marcus Addy has it now. Bringing it up the court, passes it to Banton, now up to Farrer. Farrer gets it back over to Addy. Addy gets it over to Bernard, back to Addy now, top of the key. They're going to slow it down a little bit, get it to Banton. 13 seconds on the shot clock. A.J. Banton controls the ball, gets it over to Bernard. Almost a bad pass, and indeed it was. Coming away with it, number 13, Nunnally, coming down the court. Falls down, passes back, three-point shot up. No good, short there from Donovan Butler. But rebounded there by Chris Boyce. Boyce gets it underneath to Tim White. Tim White layup up. Good. Went in, Tim White. Sophomore connecting on the shot. Now it's a single-digit lead for the Chargers. 34-25, 4:42 left until halftime. A.J. Banton gives it over to Johnson. Now back to Banton. Now Addy. Banton has it. Three-pointer, uncontested. Banton nails it. A.J. Banton, redshirt freshman. Locust Grove product. Nails the three-pointer, and lead is again 12 points. Tipped out of bounds on the inbounds pass there by the Chargers. Will remain Titans basketball. Albany Tech still trailing it to Georgia Highlands, so 37-25, 4:23 left until halftime. Bringing it down the court, number 10, that is Sean Rushing. And a steal there by DeMarcus Addy, bringing it down the court. He tries almost a touch pass there by Khalil Waters. The ref had to get out of the way, almost got dunked on there by Chris Boyce. Now a pass outside. Now Nunnally, three-pointer, Jamarcus Nunnally, in and out, no good. Rebound goes to DeMarcus Addy. Underneath, they get or outside rather, a layup up. And good there by Khalil Waters. Bringing it down the court here is number 10. That is Sean Rushing. a freshman here on this Titans squad, guarded by A.J. Banton. He spins around, coming over, gives over to Chris Boyce, a three-pointer up and no good from Boyce, rebounded by Taywon Johnson. Taywon Johnson, the Illinois native, passes over to DeAndre Bernard, a three-pointer, and he nails it. DeAndre Bernard, a Canadian, down here playing in Rome, Georgia, nails a three-pointer right in the face of an Albany Tech defender, extends the lead to 17 now, 42-25, and almost a bad pass there, coming away with it, Chris Boyce. They get it over to Butler now, up to the top to Tim White. Tim White driving, passes over. Boyce layup, no good, but he's fouled. Bill Gaffney didn't understand why his coaches or why his players were doing that. The foul's going to be called on DeMarcus Addy. First personal foul on DeMarcus Addy. Seventh team foul here in the half. Now they are in the bonus. 2:46 left in the first half. Chargers getting ready to sub in a host of players. The first shot from Boyce is up and no good. Coming in for the Chargers, taking a seat rather, DeMarcus Addy, A.J. Farrer, and DeAndre Bernard coming in. Tyler Thornton, Shea Lyndon Brown. Second shot from Boyce up and good. 42-26 now. Chargers lead it by 16 with 2:44 left in the first half. A.J. Banton driving, passes to the corner. Taywon Johnson back to Banton. Banton across the court. Khalil Waters. Now Shea Lyndon Brown. Over to Taywon Johnson. Had a shot, didn't take it. Driving now. Passes back out to Banton. A.J. Banton driving, layup or jumper up and good from A.J. Banton. The redshirt freshman nails the jumper, extends the lead to 18 now, 44-26. Number 2 controls the ball now. Quaylen Harris, who's been on the bench for a while now. He almost traveled. They didn't call anything. And now a jump ball, and it's going to be Chargers basketball. Khalil Waters forced the jump ball there. Oh, never mind. They're going to call an offensive foul there on Quaylen Harris. That's his first personal foul, but now that's 7 team fouls. Both teams are in the bonus now with 7 fouls apiece. Bringing it up the court, A.J. Banton. Passes over to his right to Shea Lyndon Brown. Brown stops, passes over to Banton. Now in the corners, Taywon Johnson. Back to Banton. Banton to Brown. Underneath, Waters. Outside, Thornton. They're going to call a travel there on Tyler Thornton, the true freshman Tyler Thornton of South Atlanta High School in Fulton County. Gets called for the travel there. It's all good. His team still leads by 18 as Sandro Noel is getting ready to check in. He's going to let Tyler Thornton take a seat. Minute 46 left. Chargers lead it by 18, 44-26. Inbounds pass goes to Quaylen Harris, bringing it down the court. Harris breaks midcourt now. On defense is A.J. Banton. Harris is going to drive now. Looking for a passer, gets it back out. Boyce now, three-pointer. No good. Or Barnhart thought different of it now. Nunnally, jumper, no good. Rebound's going to go to Khalil Waters, who gets it up to Brown. Brown coming down the court. Lost control of it, saves it from going out of bounds, and throws it off the back of a Titans player, so it will remain Chargers basketball. Very good heads-up play there by Shea Lyndon Brown. Knew his momentum was going to carry him out of bounds. Turnaround spins, throws it off the back of Chris Boyce, I believe. And it will be Georgia Highlands basketball here with already a huge lead, looking to add to it here in the last 76 seconds of the first half. Johnson's going to inbounds it, gets it in to Shea Brown. Brown's going to dribble outside a little bit, listening to some offensive play calls from Coach Gaffney, standing right on the eye of that Chargers logo. Now he's going to drive, almost loses control, passes back to Sandro Noel, a three-pointer. No good. Rebound's going to go to the Titans. That is number 2 of Quaylen Harris. Harris coming down the court, guarded by Johnson. Harris, Euro step, passes back to Prince, misses the dunk. Rebounded by Shea Brown. Stripped out of the hands by Taywon Johnson. They're going to say a little bit too much there on the foul. There on the strip, rather, by Quaylen Harris. They're going to call a foul on him. Again, the foul called on Quaylen Harris, 8th team foul, and that's going to send Taywon Johnson to the line for a 1-and-1.
Number 3, Taywon Johnson, shooting 1-1.
It's his second trip to the line. He made his only other free throw. That was an and one free throw earlier in the first half. First shot from Johnson, no good, and it was rebounded by the Titans. That is Barnhart who hands it off there to Harris. Harris bringing it up the court. Going out the far right side now. Passes back there is Nunnally, or Barnhart rather. Now back to Harris. Harris driving. They try to get it underneath, but it's going to be a kick there by number 20, A.J. Farrer. Inbounds pass. Go to Barnhart. Layup no good. Rebounded by Noel. And now Brown has it. Coming up the court, it's A.J. Farrer. Layup up and good. Banton rather. A.J. Banton. Got them mixed up there. That's what happens when you have two A.J.'s on the team. Now they lead by 20 with 5 seconds left. Long three-pointer from Harris, way off the mark. And that's it for the first half, folks. 46-26. The Chargers are at a huge lead here against a very young Titans team. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes with the start of the second half. Chargers lead at 46-26.
Charger fans, at this time, please focus your attention to center court as we honor the academic achievements of our Charger student athletes for fall semester. The following student athletes have a 3.0 GPA or higher, and presenting the student athlete academic success t-shirts are GAHC President Dr. Don Green, assisted by assistant coaches Carly Worley, Peaches McClinton, and Brock Moss. First, the following student athletes with a 4.0 grade point average are, for softball, Sierra Connie. Natasha Lahara. Josie Rogers. And Mackenzie Vanderhorst. Our 4.0 softball athletes. Travis Sands. And Drew Wilson. The following student athletes have a 3.0 grade point average or higher. Beginning with men's basketball, Jeremiah Huber. And AJ Farrer. For women's basketball, Brianna Davis. Katarina Domingo. Cassie McFarland. And Hannah Stewart. And now for baseball, 3.0 or better, Brandon Allen. Dalton Bradford. Connor Dove. Austin Foster. JJ Fuller. Ethan Gillis. Cameron Hearn. Jacob Henley. Alex Holbrooks. Bryson Horn. Cody Johnson. Travis Hubler. Zachary Miller. Hunter Moody. Matthew Norton. Parker Ward. Jaree Fletcher. Dalton Presley. Tyler Sellers. Miguel Urbina. Sam Warren. And Jeremiah Woods. And finally, for our softball athletes with a 3.0 GPA or better, Kendall Reeves. Alexis Palazzo. Mackenzie McFarland. Shayla Smith. Brittany Hugh. Arika Binder. Mia Adams. Emma McDonald. Skylar Smith. And Sally Fairbanks.
everybody, and we're back here. Georgia Highlands basketball. Second half about to start. The Chargers lead the visiting Albany Tech Titans. They lead them 46-26 after 1/2 of play. Going ahead and run through scoring real quick. Leading scores for the Chargers, 9 points. Taywon Johnson, 8 points for Khalil Waters, 8 points for A.J. Banton. 5 points for Tyler Thornton, 5 points for DeAndre Bernard. 3 points for DeMarcus Addy, 4 points for Shea Lyndon Brown, 2 points apiece for A.J. Farrer and Jeremiah Buford. And for the Albany Tech Titans, 8 points for Tim White, 5 points for Chris Boyce, 5 points for Terrion Webster, 3 points for Jamarcus Nunnally, 2 points for Donovan Butler, 2 points for Dylan Hall, and a free throw was made by Daryl Bryant. Chargers lead at 46-26 after 1/2 of play. Second half about to start, about 30 seconds from now. We're back, camera's back on. We're ready to start the second half here. 20 minutes left in this one. Chargers lead at 46-26 after 1/2 of play. Start second half on offense. Addy gets the ball out to Buford outside the three-point line. He's going to pass it back to Addy. Back over to Buford. Three-pointer from Jeremiah Buford, and they're starting off the second half in the right way. Three-pointer from Jeremiah Buford extends the lead 49-26. 19.5 minutes left in this one. Almost a steal of the pass there by Khalil Waters, and then it's tipped out of bounds by DeAndre Bernard. They were trying to get it underneath the Chance Prince. So it will remain Titans basketball. The bounce pass goes to Prince. Prince spins around, passes back to number 12. That is Boyce. Boyce gets his outside to Harris. So Quaylen Harris gets it all the way across. Layup up and good there by number 20. That's Daryl Bryant. Bringing it down the court, DeMarcus Addy passes it up to Taywon Johnson. Back to Addy now. Slowing down the pace of the game a little bit. Back over to Taywon Johnson. Now DeAndre Bernard. Johnson underneath, tried to force it to Buford, but a steal of the pass there by Harris. Harris coming down the court, passes to his left. There's Wester. Wester back to Harris. Buford could have jumped that if he wanted to, but a little slow reacting. Now, it's ripped out of bounds there by Johnson. Taywon Johnson's going to take a seat. A.J. Banton's going to come in for him. Inbounds pass goes to Prince. Prince is going to hand it off there to number 2. That's Harris. Harris passes all the way down to Wester. Wester was in the corner, drives, jumper up. No good, in and out by Wester. Rebound goes to Boyce. I'm going to call a jump ball there. Ball will be Albany Tech's. Taywon Johnson's coming back in. They're going to let A.J. Banton take a seat again. Bounce pass goes to Wester now. Outside the perimeter, he's going to back it up a little bit and head towards the center of the court. Trying to wait for his offense to set up. He's going to have to drive, spin around. Nobody's there. He's going to pass over to Prince. Prince almost lost control of it. Turns around and passes back to Wester. Boyce passes out across the body, jumper up and way off there by Daryl Bryant. Now coming down the court, DeMarcus Addy as he is fouled there by number 2 of Quaylen Harris. That's his third personal foul and the first team foul in the second half. Chargers lead it by 21 now, 49 to 28. Jeremiah Buford's going to inbound it here, gets it up to DeMarcus Addy. Gets it in to Taywon Johnson. Buford up to back to Johnson, now to Addy. Johnson has it again. Passes underneath. There's Bernard, jumper up, off the glass and in. Great jumper there by DeAndre Bernard. 51 to 28 now. The blowout ensues. Coming down the court is Wester. Wester bringing the ball down, dribbling, put on a little bit of dribble moves, but he's not going to draw Taywon Johnson off guard. Underneath, Prince, layup up, way too much on it, but they're going to call a foul, a very late called foul. DeAndre Bernard, that's his second personal foul, first team foul of the second half. That's going to send Chance Prince, the freshman, to the line. No points in the first half for Prince. Going to go to the line for the first time tonight here. A starter on this Titans team. First shot up and no good, too much on it. Prince readies his second shot here. Way, not enough on it. Airballed free throw there by Prince. It will be Chargers basketball. Taywon Johnson can inbounds it here. Gets it up to DeMarcus Addy. DeMarcus Addy, the Manchester, Georgia native. Gets it over to Khalil Waters, back to Addy. Addy out to Jeremiah Buford. Gets it up to Addy. Underneath, there's Johnson. Back out to Buford. He was open for a three, didn't take it. Now Johnson, he's got a three-pointer up and in and out as close as it can get, rebounded by Boyce. Boyce gives it over to Harris. Harris, alley-oop, but it's still there. The alley-oop by Bernard. Bringing it up the court is Addy now. Layup up and not enough on it there by Addy. Rebounded by Wester. Wester's going to get it up to Harris, who will break midcourt by passing it up to Bryant. Now Prince has it underneath Prince. Heavy defense. Jumper from Boyce up. No good. Rebound almost tipped in there by Bernard, but he comes away with the rebound. DeMarcus Addy has it now down the court. Dunk by Khalil Waters. Khalil Waters, 8 points in the first half for Khalil Waters. Had that huge alley-oop and then a great dunk there. His team leads by 25 points now with 16 and a half minutes left. Scores 53-28. Boyce layup on the other end. Try to cut into that lead a little bit. 30-53, they still trail. Waters down the other end, layup up and good, and he's fouled. Foul's going to be called there on number 12. Chris Boyce's first personal foul, second team foul. And a host of subs coming in here for the Titans as Chance Prince take a seat along with Darryl Bryant and Chris Boyce coming in. Dylan Hall along with Tim White. Also coming in, I believe, Jamarcus Nunnally. Just forgot the last name, I guess. Free throw up and good there from Khalil Waters, 56-30. Here is Wester. Wester breaks midcourt, dribbles out towards the corner, passes back to Harris. So Quaylen Harris has it now, drives, layup up, in. He nails it. First points of the game there for Quaylen Harris. Seems like he had been saying his name all night, but just his first points there. DeMarcus Addy standing on the hairs of the mane of the Chargers logo there at midcourt. Pass out to the right to Khalil Waters underneath. There's Bernard. Fouled, but no call. No matter. He puts the layup up and good. 58-32 Chargers all over these visiting Titans. Underneath they go. Tim White, layup up and good off the glass. Sophomore Tim White puts the layup up and in as Tyler Thornton and A.J. Banton are getting ready to check in for Highlands. Buford has it underneath, gets it to Waters, tries to force it in to Bernard, but it's ripped away there by Wester, almost stolen by Taywon Johnson. Almost a backcourt violation there on the pass to Harris. Drives, layup up, no good, but they're going to call a foul there, kind of a phantom call. Number 13, Khalil Waters, has had a huge night. His first personal foul, second team foul of the second half. Quaylen Harris going to the line, a freshman. Recorded his first basket of the night just a minute ago, going to the line for his first trip now. First shot from Harris up and good. Shea Brown, A.J. Banton, Tyler Thornton come in, let DeMarcus Addy, DeAndre Bernard and Jeremiah Buford take a seat. Quaylen Harris getting ready for his second shot. His team still trails by 23, 58-35. The second shot up, rolls in and out, then finally goes in. 58-36, 15 minutes left in the game. Shea Lyndon Brown passes out to A.J. Banton. Banton tries to get it underneath to Thornton, almost ripped away, but recovered by Waters. Banton has it, passes out to Brown. Now Tawan Johnson fakes the pass, gets back over to Brown. Brown fakes his own pass, then drives in, gets it out to Johnson, who has a three-pointer but doesn't take it. Now Brown, deep three-pointer, no good. Rebound's going to go to Johnson. Tawan Johnson has it, gives it back over to Shea Brown. Banton to Brown, back to Johnson. Fakes the three, now goes in for a two. Long two, nails. Tawan Johnson, who had 9 points in that first half, led all scorers with 9 points in the first half. I believe that is Wester, almost to steal the pass. Nunnally, a three-pointer, and he nails it. Jamarcus Nunnally. Long three-pointer, and now his team only trails by 21, 60-39. 13:58 left. Shea Lyndon Brown passes over to A.J. Banton. Banton back to Brown. Not sure if I'd shoot there. That's a little bit of Steph Curry range. I don't know if he's got that in him. Passes out to Johnson. Back to Brown. Brown underneath. Passes layup up and no good there from Khalil Waters. He might as well have dunked it. He's on fire dunking it tonight. On the other end of the court, a three-pointer up and no good from the Titans. They get their own rebound. It's Dylan Hall. Is blocked out of bounds by Khalil Waters. Waters realizes he messed up there. Just a little bit of a mental lapse maybe as he checks out. A.J. Farrer comes in, another Georgia native. Might as well have dunked it, in all honesty. His layup's up and good from Dylan Hall. Quietly coming back, slowly but surely, 60-41. Shea Brown passes over to Tawan Johnson. Johnson fakes the drive, passes back to Brown. Brown stutter steps a little bit. Passes to Fair. Johnson out in the corner, back to Brown. A three-pointer from Shea Brown up, no good, and the rebound's going to be tipped up, and it's going to be off the body of A.J. Banton. He climbed halfway up the bleachers. But it's off of him, and it will be Titans basketball. Albany Tech trails it by 19, 60-41. As the inbounds pass is going to be sent up to Harris. Harris tiptoes the out-of-bounds line and gets it up to Tim White. Blocked there by Tyler Thornton, but they're going to call a foul on him. Tyler Thornton picking up his first personal foul of the night and the third team foul here in this second half.
At the line for Albany Tech, number 3, Tim White, 2 shots.
Sophomore Tim White leading all scorers on this Titans team with 10 points so far. First shot up and no good. All smiles down there from the Chargers. That's what you love to see in a conference game like this. Second shot up. Too much on it again. Rebounded. Not enough on that shot. Chargers come away with it. It's Tawan Johnson. Tipped out of bounds there by Shea Lyndon Brown. He seemed like a little game of hot potato there. Tipped up by Dylan Hall, and then Shea Brown tipped it out of bounds. Just unfortunate turn of events there for the Chargers. And now Albany Tech has a chance to cut into the lead a little bit more. Wester has it now. Passes it up. There's Nunnally. Nunnally drives, passes back to Hall. Hall in the lane, up and good on the layup from Dylan Hall. 60-43. 12:20 left in the game. Shea Lyndon Brown hands it off there to A.J. Banton. Banton's going to drive, pass out to Shea Brown. Brown's driving underneath, passes back to Thornton, who lost control of it. It's going to be out of bounds. And it was tipped out by Albany Tech, so it will remain Chargers basketball as DeMarcus Addy comes in for relief of Tawan Johnson. A.J. Banton also is going to take a seat here, or rather he's going to inbounds it. 12 minutes left exactly. Banton inbounds it to Brown. Brown passes out to Addy. Addy across his body, passes it to Brown. They're going to wave the shot off before the shot clock violation happened, or before the shot clock ran out. They couldn't get the shot off. Will be Titans basketball. Wester's going to inbounds it here. Gets it in to Harris. Jeremiah Buford getting ready to check in here. Harris slowly dribbling it up the court. Trying to set up a pick. Now he's going to pass out, but it's stolen there by Shea Lyndon Brown, the Canadian, coming down the court. Passes back. Thornton layup blocked. Coming away with it there is Nunnally. Nunnally almost lost his footing, gives it up to Dylan Hall. Now Wester has it. Fast break. They get it up, a three-pointer up and good. Three-pointer up and good there from number 13, Nunnally. He has been on all night. And this huge lead is not huge anymore. It's a 14-point lead, and Coach Gaffney realizes that. He's got to change something here. 60-46, Albany Tech's coming back. 11-14 left in the game.
Timeout, Georgia Highlands, full timeout. Chick-fil-A Courthouse, Team 360 and Cedar Street, Albany Head Express and Suites, Country Inn and Suites, and Water Credit Card. Thank you very much for your support of Charter Athletics.
Back. The Chargers lead, but not as much as it was just a few minutes ago, 60-46. Just over 11 minutes left here in the game. Shea Brown has it now, dribbling to the far side of the court. Layup up, or jumper up and no good, but tipped almost in, rebounded by Bernard. Passes back to A.J. Banton. A jumper from Banton this time is good. Banton connects on the jumper. It makes it a 16-point game now, 46-62. Quaylen Harris has it now. He's trapped, gets it out to Wester now underneath Tim White. Now Hall blocked. Blocked dunk there by A.J. Farrer. Now underneath DeAndre Bernard, passes it up to Buford. Three-pointer, DeMarcus Addy. He got it.
DeMarcus Addy for three.
DeMarcus Addy, the sophomore from Manchester, Georgia, the transfer from Southern Union Community College out in Alabama, out of Wadley, Alabama. He nails the three-pointer there to put us up by 19, 65-46. Pass underneath is tipped and stolen there by DeMarcus Addy. Coming down the court, layup up and good. Now Albany Tech's going to take a timeout. The coach has seen enough. They trail again now by 21, 67-46. 10:04 left in the game. Chargers reclaim a 20-plus point lead.
Timeout, Albany Tech, full timeout.
Back in action here. The Chargers lead at 67-46. 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the game as Wester is going to inbounds it. He tries to get it Tim White, but stolen almost by A.J. Farrer, but he tips the ball on the line, so it will remain Titans' possession. Great effort there, though, by Farrer, the sophomore. Now Tim White getting ready to inbounds it. White inbounds it. He gets it up to Wester. Now Wester gets it over to Harris. Harris can slow things down a bit. Let some bodies get up the floor. And a pass is stolen there, tipped by Buford and then recovered by Banton, but now Banton's pass is stolen himself. Nunnally has it, layup up and off the rim there from Nunnally, and bad pass there by Bernard, taps on his chest there, knew it was on him as the three-pointer is up. Off the rim, no good, off the mark a bit by Jamarcus Nunnally, and coming away with it now is DeMarcus Addy, hands it off to A.J. Banton there. Looking to bleed some time off this clock, surely. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the half and in the game. A.J. Banton has it. Drive now. Frees up some space for an Addy. Three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Tim White. Titans on offense now. Wester bringing it up the court. Pass underneath there and it's stripped away there by Farrer. Farrer strips it away, and Banton coming away with it. Layup up and good from Banton. Rattles around in there. Extends the lead to 23 now, 69-46 with 8:45 left in the game. Wester has it on the far side of the court, guarded by Banton. Now Farrer all over him too. Breaks out of it, but a steal there by DeAndre Bernard, and you know what's coming now, dunk. The redshirt sophomore from Canada comes through on a dunk there. He's got 11 total points tonight, and a foul's going to be called on A.J. Farrer. 71-46. Chargers lead it. Farrer takes a seat. Khalil Waters comes in, the Douglas County High School product. Dylan Hall coming up the court now. Pass it over. There's number 2. That's Quaylen Harris. His team trails big. He gets it over to White. White driving, layup up and good from Tim White, the sophomore. 12th point of the game tonight for White. They still trail by 23, 71-48. A.J. Banton has it. He's going to pass over to the left to Jeremiah Buford, back to Banton. Dribbles out to the right. He's going to attack. Jumper is blocked there by Dylan Hall. Coming away with it is Hall. Hands it off there to Harris. Now a three-pointer from Wester up. No good. Rebound's going to go to the Chargers. DeMarcus Addy trapped down there. They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Hall. Indeed it will be. Third personal foul on Dylan Hall. 4th team foul in the second half.
His third personal foul, third team foul.
Chargers have the ball again. Up 71-48 with 7:30 left in the game. DeMarcus Addy has it. Gives it over to Taywon Johnson. He loses control of the ball. It's on the floor and recovered by Dylan Hall. Hall gets it up to Harris. Harris tries to get it out to White and does. White's trapped now. He traveled. They get it over to Hall. Layup up, no good. Rebound's going to go to DeAndre Bernard. Sometimes the ball don't lie. Gets it up to Taywon Johnson. Johnson coming away with it. Breaks midcourt. Passes up. And a huge block from behind there by Tim White on the shot. Layup there by DeAndre Bernard, and Titans come away with it. Nunnally has it. Jumper from Jamarcus Nunnally off the glass. No good. Rebound goes to Jeremiah Buford. Buford up to Addy. Addy layup. Awkward layup. No good, and they're going to call a blocking foul there on Wester. Terrian Wester. Second personal foul. 4th team foul here in the second half.
15, Terrian Webster. Second personal foul, 4th team foul. At the line for Georgia Highlands, number 4, DeMarcus Addy, 2 shots.
Sends DeMarcus Addy to the line. First trip to the line tonight for the starter Addy, the sophomore. In-state product as Sandro Noel and A.J. Farrer are getting ready to check in. Sandro Noel, a transfer from Southern University of Louisiana. A.J. Farrer, I believe he's a transfer from Morehouse. Timeout's going to be called by Albany Tech. We'll take it with them. They trail at 71-48. Chargers up big by 23 with 6:39 left in the game.
Technical foul for Albany Tech, number 0, Dylan Hall.
I work the next 2 days right after school. WGA radio in Cedartown. I call Cedartown's basketball games. I gotta go to LaGrange both nights. It sucks. It gets old, man. It gets old. Region tournament, I got what? Compared to previous years, like when I was in high school, we weren't. This year, we're above 500.
DeMarcus Addy's first free throw attempt up and good. 72-48 now. Just updated the scoreboard there. 6:39 left here in the game as Addy prepares to put another free throw up and in, and he does. 73-48. Chargers jumped all over these Titans early on, and not much has changed since. DeMarcus Addy takes the seat along with DeAndre Bernard. A.J. Farrer comes in along with Sandro Noel. Inbounds pass goes to Wester. Wester sending his offense up court. Takes the pass to the right, now goes left to Tim White. White guarded by Noel. White drives. Layup up, no good, but he is fouled. I believe they're going to get Farrer, either Farrer or Noel. Will be his. Will be the second personal foul there on A.J. Farrer, the sophomore from Atlanta, or near Atlanta, I believe. Sends Tim White to the line. Air balls the first free throw. He has not hit a free throw yet tonight. He's 0 for 3 from the line. Although credit where it's due, he's had some nice layups and a couple of good dunks, or well, not dunks, blocks rather. Second shot up and good from Tim White. He's 1 for 4 from the line tonight at 73-49 with 6:16 left. Shea Lyndon Brown slowing down the game a little bit. Gets it out to Jeremiah Buford. Now back to Brown. Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson passes no look pass to Lyndon Brown. Underneath Noel, layup up and good. Sandro Noel, the redshirt freshman from Hollywood, Florida. Makes it a 26-point game, 75-49. Underneath there is number 20, Bryant. Jumper up, no good from Bryant. They're going to call a very late foul there on Taewon Johnson. Third personal foul, or second personal foul rather, on number 3, Taewon Johnson. 7th team foul. So now the Titans are in the bonus. That sends Darryl Bryant to the line tonight. Makes his first free throw. He is 2 for 3 from the line tonight. Second free throw up and good. 75-51. Chargers looking to ice this one. 5:30 left in the game. Shea Lyndon Brown passes out to Taewon Johnson. Now in the corner is Sandro Noel. Back to Johnson, back to Lyndon Brown. Now alley-oop to Noel, and he puts it in. 77-51, a 26-point lead here for the Chargers. Tim White has it. He's driving, he's going to spin around. thought of a shot, but thought better. Passing back to Wester, now out to Scott. Jumper three from Scott up, no good, but it's rebounded by number 20, Bryant, who throws it off the body of Jeremiah Buford out of bounds, so it will be Titans basketball. Inbounds pass goes to Dartavius Scott, who loses possession of it out of bounds, but they're going to say it was off the leg of Shea Lyndon Brown, but I don't know about that one. Guess it will remain Albany Tech basketball. Inbounds pass is going to go into Tim White, driving against Sandro Noel. Spins, layup up, off the glass, rebounded by Noel. Noel coming down the court, almost lost his footing, passes out to Shea Lyndon Brown. Tipped out of bounds there by Wester. They wanted Brown to shoot a three, the whole bench did. They had jumped up, they were already ready for it, but he thought better of it. Tried to force it underneath, and it was tipped out of bounds. Buford's going to inbounds it. Fakes it to Noel, gets it into Farrer. Now Brown has it. Johnson fakes the three. Now Buford, he is going to take it. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Noel. Now a spin jumper up, no good. Rebound's going to go to Scott, Dartavius Scott of Albany Tech. Coming down the court. Passes underneath there to Wester. Wester's going to keep going away from the basket. Wants to get it far away from Sandro Noel as he can. Presence underneath for sure. Scott passes it out to, he passed it out to number 3. That was to Tim White. Back to Scott. Layup off the rim. Rebounded by the Chargers. Jumper no good from Noel. Rebound's going to go to Wester. 4 minutes left. 77-51. Chargers trying to get out of here with a big victory. Tim White has it outside the perimeter. He's going to hand off there to Wester. Wester's got it. Underneath it's going to go to Bryant. Layup up and good from Darryl Bryant. 77-53. 3:38 left in the game. A.J. Banton getting ready to check in. Brown gives it back over to Sandra Noel. Back to Shea Brown. Now Buford's in the corner. A three-pointer up. No good, and the rebound's going to go to Bryant of the Titans. Leading them down the court is Dartavius Scott. He puts a three-pointer right in the face of Noel, but it's no good. Rebounded by Farrer coming down the court. Passes out, Taewon Johnson, and it's ripped away from him by Scott. Coming away with it is Darryl Bryant. Now Scott in the lane. He's going to get fouled. Foul there on the Chargers, number 20, Farrer.
Personal foul, Georgia Highlands, number 20, A.J. Farrer. Third personal foul, 18 foul.
Third personal foul on the sophomore, A.J. Farrer. That sends Dartavius Scott, the freshman, to the line. First trip to the line tonight for Scott. First shot up. Not enough on it. Hits the rim, goes out. Chance Prince coming into the game. Sandra Noel going to take a seat along with Taewon Johnson. Coming in, Tyler Thornton and A.J. Banton. Second free throw, no good. And Chargers come away with it. There's Shea Lyndon Brown with 2:49 left on the clock. Brown at the top of the key. He's going to pass out to the right to Banton. Banton gets it to the corner to Buford. Buford to Banton, over to Lyndon Brown. Shea gets it underneath the Thornton, and Thornton is fouled there by Prince, I believe. Indeed.
Personal foul, Albany Tech number 31, Chance Prince. First personal foul, 16th foul.
The 16th foul here in the second half for the Titans comes on Chance Prince's first personal foul of the game as Jeremiah Buford salutes to his players on the court. He goes and takes a seat. Sandra Noel comes back in for him. Farrer going to inbounds it here. Gets it up to Banton. Banton gives it over to Brown. Now alley-oop for Noel. They're going to wave it off there on an offensive foul by A.J. Farrer. Fourth personal foul.
Personal foul, Georgia Highlands, number 20,
9th team foul. Now Dartavius Scott has it. Gives it over to Wester now underneath the Bryants. Prince has it. Passes over. They're going to call a foul, and something's out. Oh no, there's about to be a bench clearing brawl here. Coaches of both teams settling down their benches. A couple of Chargers got into it with a couple of Titans there. AJ Farrer going to apologize, going to calm down Chance Prince. Don't want to speculate what might have happened. I didn't really see it, but every player on the Titans team stood up and now the Chargers are meeting with their head coach and the refs are coming together. Try to find a call here.
We have double flagrant fouls. Albany Tech number 31, Chance Prince, and Georgia Highlands number 33, Tyler Thornton. Both players have been ejected.
Whoa. So Chance Prince and Tyler Thornton, both players ejected. One player on Albany Tech and one player on Georgia Highlands. And I believe the rest of the Titans bench are going to follow suit. They trail it by 24
Technical
here.
foul, Albany Tech number 0, Dylan Hall.
Technical
That is
foul
the second technical foul.
on Dylan Hall, his 4th personal foul, second technical foul on him. The entire Albany Tech Titans team kind of headed to the locker room. Not the entire team, but the entire bench. Shea Lyndon Brown going to the line to shoot Highlands free throws. First shot up and good from Brown. Shea Lyndon Brown, a prospect from Canada, gets ready for his second shot. Rolls off the rim, no good. Now down the other side of the court. Albany Tech has it, inbounds pass to Wester. 2:13 left here in the game. Wester has it. The freshman passes out to Scott. Scott has it, gives it over to Stewart, or not Stewart, Bryant. Now a 3-point shot, but before he shot it, they're going to call a travel there on Chris Boyce. Another one of these tall, lanky freshmen on this Albany Tech Titans squad. 2 minutes left. Chargers are looking to get out of here without any more fouls. Fingers crossed. Banton gets the pass, passes it back over to Lyndon Brown. Shea Lyndon Brown driving. Passes across his body to Sandro Noel, a 3-pointer, and he nails it.
Sandro Noel for
Noel, the red shirt freshman, nails the 3-pointer. Dartavius Scott on the other end misses a layup, rebounded by Noel. Noel down the court, tries to get it to Farrer, but before he does, they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Scott. First personal foul on Scott. 10th team foul. Maybe 9th team foul.
number 1, Dartavius Scott. First personal foul, 17th foul. At the line for Georgia Highlands, number 24, Sandro Noel, shooting 1 and 1.
1-1 now for Sandro Noel. First shot up and good. 82-53 Chargers got on top early and never looked back. They're coasting here in this 29-point lead, and now a 30-point lead as he makes the second, 83-53. Minute 30 left in the game. 3-point shot now up and no good. Rebound's going to go to Brown. Brown gets it up to Banton. Banton puts a layup, fakes a layup, passes out to Noel. Now Lyndon Brown, 3-pointer up, no good. Rebounded, a putback there by Sandra Noel. Well, he didn't get the dunk put back, but it did roll in off the glass, so we'll count it. 85-53, minute left. Outside's number 11, Donovan Butler. He's got it, guarded by Brown. He's going to drive, pass out to Scott. 3-point range, Scott up, no good. Rebound's going to go to Titan, who rebounds, or puts a layup up and good. That's Daryl Bryant, who dunks it actually. 85-55, 40 seconds left and ticking. Shea Lyndon Brown will let a lot of this clock run off. He's guarded by Donovan Butler, who's in no hurry to come up to guard him. With this win, Chargers are going to move to 13-7 overall, 7-1 in conference play. How about that for a rebuilding year? 5th win in a row for the Chargers. The 3-pointer's up and good from Jeremiah Buford. They're going to call the shot off. It will be Titans basketball. 20 seconds left and ticking. Coming down the court now is Wester. I think he's just going to dribble the clock out now. 85-55, the Chargers defeat the visiting Albany Tech Titans. Final score, that'll be it unless Wester throws up a 3, which he won't. Respect on that. 85-55, Chargers get an easy win tonight here in the Corral. Final scoring, we're going ahead and tally up scoring. 11 points for DeAndre Bernard, 11 points also for Taywon Johnson, 3, 6, 8, 10 points for DeMarcus Addy, 12 points for A.J. Banton, 13 points for Khalil Waters, 5 points for Shea Lyndon Brown, 2 points for A.J. Farrer, 5 points for Jeremiah Buford, 11 points for Jeremiah Buford and 5 points for Tyler Thornton. For the visiting Titans, 6 points for Dylan Hall, 4 points for O'Quaylon Harris, 13 points for Tim White, 9 points for Daryl Bryant, 2 points for Donovan Butler, 7 points for Chris Boyce, 9 points, all 3-pointers for DeMarcus Dunnelly, and 5 points for Terrian Webster. And so that will do it. Chargers win at 85-55 and a lopsided win here tonight at Georgia Highlands College. The visiting Titans will fall to 9. Yes, I believe that will be 9-11 overall, and they'll fall to 4-5 in conference play. The Chargers 7-1 in conference play, 12-7 overall, 5th win in a row for the Chargers. Gonna head on out of here. Thanks everybody for listening. Hope you enjoyed this rendition of Georgia Highlands College basketball.